Hi everyone, my name is Wawa and this is Nation Wars King of the Sea tournament match number 3 for Team Philippines and Team Singapore, and it is game number 1 for HGHx spawning as the blue Zerg and representing the Team Singapore, and he's going up against weechoochoo spawning as the orange Terran representing Team Philippines. We are gonna do this here right here at Lost Temple, and it is gonna be, I think, the most balanced map ever, and it is a legendary map because it dated back since when Brood War started, or even the original Starcraft started, and it has been very popular since then. So after two matches, Singapore leads Philippines 2-0, and it is currently not looking good for Team Philippines. They have to win two matches in a row in order to have a chance at winning the series and getting some points to get up that ladder and having a chance to win the whole tourney. So right here we have Lost Temple. It is, I have said, one of my favorites maps, and it is, I think, one of the most balanced maps. But then again, this Terran just have a big advantage of his high ground, as he can just easily just dropship some of the siege tanks and just siege mode over here, and they can easily take out this natural expansion, which is very crucial, especially if you're playing as a Zerg. It is very crucial to having that first hatchery up and mining really soon. As we see normal openings for both players, this bag is just gonna go down in the center of that entrance, so I'm guessing that no Reaper is gonna come out of that, as is the refinery is just not being made yet, and it is pretty behind if we're looking at it that way. If he is gonna go for that early Reaper, which is, I don't think he is, and yeah, he's not really going for the early Reaper. He is just gonna go for some standard opening with some Marines, as the drone will find out that there is no Reaper coming in, but still he is gonna do his standard opening, which is a 14 pool and a 14 gas, which is pretty standard in Zerg standards nowadays. So that's the normal opening for every standard, especially those pro Zergs right now. They have just no choice in opening up with another setup build order, because Zerg in early game is really weak and hard to master. Which I just said, a legendary guy, Hydra. I guess you've heard of him. He said that Zerg is really powerful in early game, and macro is the name of the game when you're playing as Zerg. As we see metabolic boost being researched again for HGH, it is, I have said, a standard research for the Zerg players, and also a queen going down, which is also a standard one, and he should be spewing some larvae pretty soon, which he is doing right now as this wall finally finishes with a factory. Wow. So I guess a tech lab is gonna go down for that barracks, but I don't think any Reapers are gonna come down because it's pretty late already in the game. And I think he's just gonna go for the 1-1-1 build, where he is gonna have a starport pretty soon, as he is getting that refinery. So he's gonna be building some heavy techy stuff, because he is gonna be mining from those two refineries very soon. As we see here, the tech switch for the factory is gonna getting the tech lab, and he should be getting those. Oh, he's gonna get some Hellions right now, and gonna be uploading a thermal flare igniter, which is always a good idea, especially if you're dealing with some Zerglings, which always is a good unit to kill all of those Zerglings, as more Zerglings is coming in for HGHx. So this is a pretty early commitment for HGHx. He is, I think, planning to push out really early, or maybe he just senses that there is a Hellion gonna be coming out, and here we go, a lot of Zerglings in the middle of net right now. He is gonna be able to take out this Hellion if he is going to macro very well, and no, he is not gonna be able to do that. So I'm guessing that HGX thought that there is a hole in the middle of that wall, but it turns out that there isn't. And you see a baneling nest here for HGHx, so he is going banelings, which is always good to take out that wall, especially with that supply depot. It is easy to take out that supply depot, and here we go, 4 banelings right now for HGX. I don't think weechoochoo is expecting this, as he should put up that supply depot, and these hellions are gonna block all of that. And those HGX, all of those Xenoglings are gonna come in and gonna pester this harvester line. It is not looking good right now for weechoochoo, as he is losing quickly a lot of SUVs, and he is gonna be very behind in economy, and he's not gonna be able to tech up really soon, as those Marauders and Marines are gonna try their best to kill off all of those Zerglings. And already right now, no one is mining at weechoochoo's base. No one, no SCV at all. But check out the unit tab. There is only 8 SCVs for weechoochoo right now, and this harassment has worked so well for HGHx that it is gonna continue pummeling on that front door, and it's just gonna keep sending those banelings to us, and it's just gonna keep destroying that supply depot as much as possible. As we do see only one Marauder and a couple of Marines right there to defend that one supply depot, which is not really gonna stand a chance against 5 of these banelings. And we see just a flood of Zerglings coming in on from HGHx bases, and he is not letting weechoochoo get out of his base. And we should see HGHx here gonna go for that second bailing bust with the front door, and boom, those front door, the spy depot, and the tech lab going down. These banelings are gonna go down, and the Hellion is supposedly gonna go down. Banelings, no banelings right now, but we do have a Marauder, and his weechoochoo Hellion is gonna be fully focused on, and it's gonna go down. But these two Zerglings are just too weak to do that much damage, but it's still a pretty big damage to weechoochoo's economy, as he is still building some supply depot and his front door. I don't think that's the smartest idea, because he should have, I guess, milled another barracks over there to make his wall a little bit thicker, or at least a bunker behind that supply depot, so that those units will encounter another wall once they break down the supply depot. So this is the game style that is gonna be harassing weechoochoo all game long, as we do see more banelings morphing in here for HGHx, and he is gonna go for a third baneling bus. And is this gonna work one more time again? We'll see, as it boom, 2 banelings popping and gonna destroy 2 supply depots. And yes, it is gonna be able to work, and just gonna be able to destroy those SCVs one more time. This is so bad for weechoochoo. Not looking good at all, as he did get a star part during all of this encounters, and he is gonna get an armory, so he will be getting some banshees pretty soon, or some Thors. I don't know, but Thorship should be sounding pretty good right now, as he could just Thorship right in the front of his base, or HGH's base, or at the back, or the natural, I mean, because there is no such thing as a defense in HGH base right now. As we do see some Hellions going out, 3 Hellions right now, and they are gonna be ravaged right here by the units. And only one more Hellion is just he is just gonna go to HGHx base and gonna try to go for some scouting, but I don't think that's a smart idea, because once those Zerglings reach that creep, they're gonna get some speed boost and gonna be able to surround that Hellion. Wow, not a good idea for weechoochoo right now. And he did build an armory right in front of that wall, so that's a very thick armor wall right now, and HGH will have a hard time breaking that right now. But he should be able to get some tech up right pretty soon, as we do see a spire going up, and 3 prime crawlers, surprisingly, because I guess he thought that HGH or weechoochoo wasn't gonna be able to go to his base, but surprisingly not. And he is queuing up right now his overlord to see what's up and what's happening in his base, as we do see the banshee right now. Is he gonna see it? No, he didn't see it, but he will see a star part pretty soon with that tech lab, but still no. And we see another factory being built for weechoochoo, so he is gonna go for Mac, which is, I don't think, the right composition to counter off the army of HGH right now. But then again, bio is never a good idea, especially if you're going up against a Zergling army like this with some baneling potential. And here we go one more time. That Hellion gonna be trying to enter that front door which is gonna be denied by those two queens, priest fire crawlers, and a bunch of zerglings. Or he is, might be just going for some stall, as I don't know if he did see the spire, because he is making some turrets right now. So probably he did see the spire, or with a scan, I guess. And again, those scans are very crucial on when to do it and where to put it. And finally, here we go. We are seeing some Mutalisk come out from HGHx space. 6 Mutalisk all in all right now. And weechoochoo's tech lab is not gonna be coming in anytime soon, as I hope he did know that there is a Spire going up there, and Thor finally coming out for weechoochoo, but it is highlighting outside of his base, so I'm not sure that's the smartest idea of all. But yeah, he's not really doing it smart. As SCV here going for a scout, checking that gold expansion if it's taken or not. But here we go. These Mutalisks are gonna do some damage. Let's look at the unit tab right now. There is 6 Mutalisks right now, 4 HGHx, but he is gonna see that mineral line really empty and gonna take out a couple more of these SCVs. Wow. Most of HGH kills is from the SCV, and is doing good at it. So I don't mind that at all. It is a very good at harassing the mineral line and keeping weechoochoo behind in the economy, which is always a big factor, especially if you are going mech. That's always a big problem. As we do see, the store is up in a way, but this slow moving unit of the Terran isn't really enough to pester off those Mutalisks. As more Mutalisks come in, and there is 11 right now, and 8 Marines are just not enough to counter off all those units. So this is really not looking good for weechoochoo right now. And finally, we seeing weechoochoo here gonna try to move out and gonna try to get some expansion, because he is almost dried out and gonna be almost mined out in his main base. And what do we see over here? He is just checking out the area, and are we see the more Mutalisks here harassing more of his buildings? Why is he going for the engineering wave? Maybe because to stop the turrets from coming up. As we see here, he is just harassing that supply depot line right now, and which is pretty good. Always supply block your units, or your enemy's units for that matter. But he does need to get an expansion right now, as he calls GG. Wow, what a surprise. I didn't expect that, but yeah. Well, if you look at the income right now, HGH did a number on weechoochoo's harvesters, and that just ruined weechoochoo's game, and he just gave up, and that was the game. So there you have it. So right now HGH has a lead 1-0 over weechoochoo. Game number 2 coming right up.